You are Locked On Warriors POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports San Francisco on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Warriors Postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other postcasts we do on the Locked On Sports Network. And tonight, man, the Golden State Warriors were set up for failure. The NBA howled it out for Curry and the Dubs playing the Denver Nuggets on the back end of a back-to-back after a 2-week-long road trip. But they did the impossible and somehow pulled out a victory over the Denver Nuggets, who they had lost to 9 consecutive times. Steph playing some of the best basketball of his entire career at 37 years old. And this team looks to be one of the most dangerous in the entire NBA. Brandin Podziemski also continued to be a great second scoring option tonight, while Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green led the charge on the defensive end of the floor yet again. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Sports San Francisco YouTube channel. If you aren't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Warriors podcast feed, and make sure to check out the Locked On Warriors daily show for more in-depth coverage. And this one did not start off great for the Dubs. The Warriors took an early 6-point lead, but by the end of that first quarter, they were trailing by double digits, and it looked like the Nuggets were going to run away with this one because he scored 44 points in that first quarter. Jokic looked to be unstoppable, and the Warriors, frankly, looked a little gassed. But this team dug deep, and before that second quarter, they flipped a switch, which brings me to tonight's turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And the turning point from tonight was absolutely that second quarter, where the Warriors outscored the Nuggets 32-16. I mean, they flipped this game on its head in that second quarter. The Warriors looked to be left for dead, but the defense, man, in that second quarter, somehow, some way, ratcheted down on the Denver Nuggets. And I mean, it was remarkable the amount of turnovers the Warriors started forcing from that point on. In that one quarter, in the second quarter, they gave up 0 points off turnovers to the Nuggets, well, forcing 8 turnovers from the Nuggets and scoring plenty of points off of those turnovers. Warriors turned it over 1 time in that quarter, so you win the turnover battle in just the second quarter alone by +7. I mean, to go from giving up 44 points in that first quarter to just 16 in that second quarter, absolutely a massive deal for this Warriors team in the win. And the way that they were able to do that was obviously behind the strength of Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. But that's not it. I mean, the whole team has been playing so good defensively. 14 steals tonight. So many dudes. I mean, 4 of the 5 starters had had at least 2 steals. Draymond Green is the only starter who only had 1 single steal. Jimmy had 5 of them tonight just by himself. Steph had 2, Moody had 2, and Pods had 2 of his own. And everybody contributed to this win. I mean, this whole team, top to bottom on this roster, played solid basketball today. Guy Santos given the energy and effort, even though he didn't have, things showing up in the box score. Quentin Post, same thing, doing some nice work down low defensively when he was in the game. And I mean, even Buddy Hield contributed a little bit in this one, even though he did not have a very good shooting night. But they were really carried offensively yet again, by 37-year-old Steph Curry. And he gets tonight's player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And Steph is just on an absolute heater right now. There is nothing that this man cannot do. 36 points tonight. I mean, is this man ever going to score less than 35 in a game ever again for the rest of the season? I mean, maybe not. I mean, Steph is so incredibly hot right now. 7 of 15 from 3-point range, 13 of 24 from the field overall. As I said, 36 points, pitched in 5 assists as well. He even had a block and 2 steals in this one. Steph was all over the floor tonight, doing everything. I mean, just all the threes that he was hitting seemed to be in huge moments of this game too. each one felt like it broke the Nuggets back just a little bit more. And the Warriors, man, I don't know if you guys caught this in the beginning of the fourth quarter while Jokic was on the bench, and Fitz and Buki were talking about how maybe the Warriors could push this lead to 15 plus before Jokic comes back in. And they pan over to Jokic sitting on the bench. And this man is like clearly upset. He's throwing his hands all over the place. He's pointing at people. You can't hear what he's saying, obviously, but you can just tell this Serbian man is extremely upset with what he's seeing out there on the floor. And that is great news for the Golden State Warriors. They were 100% set up for failure in this game. Based on the schedule, there is no way in hell that this team should have won this game. The way that, the amount of games they played on the East Coast recently over the last 2 weeks before traveling back here, body clock still all messed up. You go to LA, you play there, and you come back home. Moses Moody even said during the halftime interview, he hasn't even unpacked his bags yet since getting back from the East Coast. Doesn't matter. Warriors are locked in right now, and Steph is the main reason why. Over his last 3 games, he has scored 52, 37, and 36. This man's 37 years old. Nobody else in the league is doing this, man. What LeBron's doing at 40 is impressive. No one's doing what Steph is doing right now. This man has not slowed down at all. Like, he looks the same as he did in all the other prior Warriors finals runs. Like, this looks the same as 2022 Steph when he went on that crazy tear in the postseason. He looks the same as he did when he was playing alongside KD and that super team that the Warriors were able to assemble back in the day in 2018 and prior. And the Warriors just look like, honestly, in my opinion, if I'm picking a team to win the NBA Finals right now, you're going to have to convince me why I shouldn't pick the Warriors. They look so damn good. And it's, again, not just offensively, but the way the defense has stepped up in recent games as well, the way that they've responded when they've been punched and knocked down, and they give up a 44-point quarter and turn around and limit the Denver Nuggets with Nikola Jokic, who damn well might win the MVP this year, to 16 points in the second quarter immediately after. And then it's not like they stopped there. The third quarter, they only gave up 24, and the fourth, they only gave up 20. So after losing the first quarter, the Warriors won the next 3 against the Nuggets. This is a huge win. No bigger win this season so far than this one right here. And we said that last night against the Lakers. And we said that a couple days ago against the Grizzlies. But guess what? Every game continues to ratchet up the intensity. The Warriors know what is on the line right now, and they are absolutely playing like it. They're playing like their lives depend on it, like their playoff future depends on it. They're playing like a team that can ride this wave all the way to the championship. And I really do think that they have just as good of a shot as any other team, the Celtics, the Thunder, whoever you want to throw out there. The Warriors are just as good, just as capable as any of these other teams. Clearly defined roles for everybody on this squad. They even have Quentin Post, rookie, who's has the highest 3-point shooting percentage of any rookie in the NBA, and he's a 7-footer, man. Like, this team has clearly defined roles for everybody, and Brandin Podziemski has been so good these last couple games. Again tonight, 8 boards, 26 points, 6 assists, a couple steals, 4 of 8 from 3, 10 of 16 from the floor. They were just letting this guy get all he could eat from the mid-range in the first half of this game. He poured it on the Nuggets until they finally started to play some damn defense against him. The Warriors, man, I am over the damn moon about this team. And just today at Bay Area sports in general, you had the Giants playing over at Oracle Park, finally back, baseball back in the Bay, and you had the Warriors playing at Chase Center just down the street. And both teams come out with a win in huge dramatic fashion for both teams. This is one of the best days in Bay Area sports to date in this calendar year in 2025. I cannot believe how amazing of a day that this was for the Warriors and just for Bay Area sports in general. But the Warriors tonight, as I said, not really supposed to win this game. I've heard the term scheduled L thrown around entirely too much, including by myself over these last couple of days about this game in particular. But the Warriors proved everybody wrong, proved me wrong. I thought that they were for sure going to lose this game. I truly have no idea how they responded from being down 10 points at the end of one, giving up 44 to Jokic and the Thunder. I mean, and Jokic, he had a good game. He did his work. He had 33 points, came out in the second half just firing from three-point range, could not be stopped. The only thing that slowed that man down was sitting on the bench, was having to rest. But it was the non-Jokic minutes that the Warriors really shined in. I mean, when he was on the floor, the Nuggets were still a -4 in the Nikola Jokic minutes, but the rest of the game, the Warriors piled it on, -10 for the rest of the game for the Nuggets. So without him on the floor, they had a really hard time keeping pace. And wow, this win, I'm just floored that they were able to pull this off. Stick with us here on the Locked On Warriors postcast. We still got to talk about what you'll be talking about and so much more to get into from the action tonight on the Locked On Warriors postcast. Today's show is sponsored by 5 Hour Energy. Daylight savings snuck up on us yet again. And if you're feeling that loss of hour of sleep, 5 Hour Energy has your back. The extra sunshine means more time for fun, but sometimes you need a little boost to power through. Whether you're staying up late watching the NCAA tournament, squeezing in a round of golf after work, going from the Giants game to the Warriors game, or just trying to keep up with your busy day, 5 Hour Energy gives you that quick, refreshing pick-me-up whenever you need it. And I mean, I've been staying up late watching all of these recently late Warriors games, March Madness, Giants are back in town. I mean, so much sports action to go on right now. Got to have the energy to watch it all. And 5 Hour Energy helps keep me up the next day. And just in my crazy work schedule, I mean, I have a regular 9 to 5, plus I do these shows. It's a lot to juggle sometimes. 5 Hour Energy, the Tropical Burst is my go-to for a quick boost. Head to 5hourenergy.com. Find over 15 flavors to choose from, including watermelon, blue raspberry, and peach mango. You can even build your own 12-pack or 24-pack delivered right to your door. Need one right now? Grab a 5 Hour Energy shot at your local grocery or convenience store. They are everywhere. Stock up and stay energized. And today's show is also sponsored by FanDuel. The NCAA tournament is here, winding down, not that many games left, and FanDuel is giving you the chance to get in on the action like never before. So right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. It's 200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories and even who's cutting down the nets. I've got my eye on a few teams this year, or at least I did before we got to the Final Four with all 1 seeds, but FanDuel makes it easy. I think I'm going Florida, man. I know everyone's in on Duke. I like Florida. It's just a vibe of this team that I'm getting. I like the Gators, man. Todd Golden, former USF Dons head coach. I'm liking the Gators. That's where my money's going. And the FanDuel app is simple to use. And when I win, I get paid instantly. No waiting around. So visit FanDuel.com and get in on the college hoops action all tournament long. Welcome back to the Locked On Warriors postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and tonight the Warriors end a 9 consecutive game losing streak to the Denver Nuggets after getting punched in the mouth in that first quarter, bounced back and came back from a double-digit deficit early on, and they flipped this game on its head, man. I mean, they were trailing by 12 at one point. They ended up leading by 17 later on. That is a 29-point swing for the Warriors against a team that many have pegged as a team that's going to at least make it to the Western Conference Championship, maybe go even further and have potentially this year's MVP and Nikola Jokic at the forefront of it all. Did not matter. Steph Curry, 36 points. Again, we already talked about the just insanity that is Steph during this run. Just to give you a few more stats on that, over his last 3 games, he is averaging 41.7 points a game, 5 rebounds, 6.3 assists. That alone, crazy. Also, 2.3 steals per game, more than 2 steals a game in this 3-game span. He's also only missed 1 of his 20, where did it go? Sorry, 25 free throws. He's made 24 of his 25 free throws. He's averaging a 71.8% true shooting percentage. This man is unconscious right now. There is nobody that can slow him down in the NBA or in the entire blanking world. You're going to need like 7 or 8 defenders out there to stop Steph from doing what he's doing right now. This man looks just as locked in as he's looked at any other point in time in his career. I pick a time. Steph, this is some of the best basketball we've ever seen from him at 37 years old. It is a marvel an absolute marvel to watch what Steph has been doing. And he's not alone. As I said, we got to give some love to the role players tonight. Jonathan Kuminga did not have a huge impact, but Kevon Looney doing a big role off the bench, having a big contribution. 7 boards, playing some great defensive minutes in 18 minutes, 2 or 3 from the field, but he also was getting to the free throw line, finished with 7 points. Everybody on this team pitched in to this win. But Brandin Podziemski, 26 points. I am so impressed by this kid. Following up last night's 29 with the 26 tonight, like he is becoming a bona fide second scoring option for the Warriors. That 3 ball is looking really nice, still taking charges all over the place. But one thing we did not highlight enough, which is what you'll be talking about, is Draymond Green.
This is what you'll be talking about.
And I honestly think at this point, if Draymond Green doesn't win the Defensive Player of the Year right now, like in this season, we're going to have to like form a march against Adam Silver and the entire NBA, anyone who's involved in this award. I mean, Draymond Green should absolutely be the Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, just watch what he did out there tonight. Look at what he did at the end of the Lakers game. This man is on a mission to win Defensive Player of the Year award and to win another championship. And now that he has Jimmy Butler out there, they are just a goon squad, man. There's nobody who can stop them from just harassing them on the defensive end of the floor. Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green is a match made in heaven for the Warriors defensively. I mean, it is a nightmare for anybody going up against them, but for the Warriors, things could not be any better than having these 2 guys on the floor at the same time. I mean, you can look at the steals, you can look at the blocks that have happened and all those things, but if you just watch the game, the way that these 2 play off each other, the way that they are always talking and communicating, it is remarkable. The difference in defense that this team has been able to play. And all you need to know from tonight's game about how that defense went and how the team makes in-game adjustments is look at that first quarter where they gave up 44 points to the Nuggets and look at the second quarter where they only gave up 16. That is all Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, man. Like without those 2 guys on this team, the Nuggets probably run the Warriors out of their own building for a 10th consecutive loss. But not with these 2 on the floor, man. Draymond and Jimmy, what you'll be talking about, man, is that Draymond Green should be the undisputed Defensive Player of the Year. And honestly, he should be considered the single greatest defender of this generation of basketball. Draymond Green is a savant on the defensive end of the floor, and he's got another dude just like him, Jimmy Butler, who, I mean, Jimmy's great in everything that he does, but Draymond is just even better than that, just a half step better than Jimmy. That 7'2" wingspan is just nuts, the way he's able to just constantly get his hand in there, defend bigger opponents, and just make things happen on the defensive end of the floor. The energy he brings, you see the primordial screams and yells that he's got after every huge play. That stuff matters, man. Like the energy, the vibe of the Warriors right now, nobody can knock them off their spot. And that stems from Draymond Green, the heartbeat and soul of this Warriors team. Steph Curry is the leader, undisputed head of the snake, but Draymond Green is the heart of this team. And I absolutely think that, I mean, every day that goes by, the flag plant statement that Draymond had during the All-Star break that the Warriors are going to win the championship, I believe him more and more every single day. You cannot tell me this doesn't feel like 2022 when they flipped that switch after not Draymond in that season, 2022, Draymond, Clay, and Steph, none of them had played games together healthy that season until the first game of the postseason. And Draymond Green did an interview the other day where he said, where I think it was on SportsCenter or ESPN, one of their shows on ESPN, he had said that he just kind of knew when after that first playoff game, when he, Steph, and Clay got back together and just the vibe of everybody playing together, how it looked, he just kind of knew we were going to go to the playoffs or go to the finals. We were going to have a deep postseason run. And right now, he seems to know that exact same thing. I'm not betting against Draymond Money Green. I'm not betting against Steph Curry. I'm not betting against Jimmy Butler. This team can take on anybody in the way. In fact, right after this show, I'm going on FanDuel and I'm putting money on the Warriors to win the championship. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. This is going to happen, man. Get on board or get left behind. The Warriors are taking this all the way to the finals, a half game back of both the Nuggets and the Lakers. Warriors currently in the 5th seed. And I mean, sky's the limit for this team. You got the Houston Rockets coming up next, and they can come get this smoke, man, at Chase Center. The Rockets are red hot right now, too. You better watch out, Houston, because the Warriors are coming for that. You know what? The Warriors are going to, I really don't see another loss for the rest of the season on the schedule. You got 5 games left: Houston, Phoenix, San Antonio, Portland, and finishing off with the Clippers. I think the Warriors solidify their spot before that final game of the season. We've been saying it's going to come down to that final game for a long time now. The way this team's playing, I don't see it. I really don't see it. I think they'll wrap this thing up against either San Antonio or Portland before they play that game against the Clippers. They are going to the postseason. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're not going to be in the play-in. Warriors all the way, baby, to the championship. That's all the time that we got for you guys today on the Locked On Warriors postcast. The most improbable win of the season. I am hyped, baby. The Warriors win over the Nuggets, 118-104. Thanks for tuning in to the Locked On Warriors postcast. Appreciate all of you for tuning in, both on the YouTube channel and on the Locked On Warriors podcast feed. However you get in the show, we appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm your host, Eric Triple E. Engel. We'll see you next time.